good evening, everyone. Welcome to another in the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring 2020 tournament here on Speed Gaming. We have another bracket stage race tonight, game number 2 between One Fine Day and Sylverfyre. Game number 1 took place yesterday, and we are now going to see how this series continues. Hey, everyone, I'm Cyclone, joined by Magius. How are you doing tonight, Magius?
Holding up, Cyclone. I'm holding up. As you said, this is just amusing because I think they even just named the party the same.
Yeah, and I was going to bring up, actually, the race yesterday. You called that race, so what do you remember from that race?
One Fine Day hates white mages. Because Sylverfyre, called white mage. One Fine Day fired back with double thief, and Sylverfyre, chose red mage as yesterday's party composition. It looks like they're picking the same again. Basically, you'll see the red mage standing for a while.
Yeah, I happened to watch a little bit of yesterday's race as well, at least a good chunk of it. I had it running the whole time. And they did do a lot of reliance on that red mage. We're probably going to see that again today, as both are off to the white magic shop to see what the white mage gets. Life is available.
Is great. Quad X and Zap!
Those are locked to the red mage, though, so that's going to be interesting. At least for now, they're locked to the red mage only.
Yes, but it's good to have at least a multi-target spell in Zap and a Power Word style Quad X spell.
Yep, and we're going to get to see some exiling to external dimensions during the early parts of the seed, I am pretty sure, and possibly later as well. So, One Fine Day, go ahead.
No heal pots in Corneria.
They'll live. Anyway, One Fine Day is showing that you have to save before leaving because you never know if you're going to run into a pack of imps that has cremate and will insta-kill you, and you have to redo all this, so save on the way out.
Or the insanely rare Imp with Nuke. But we all don't want to see Imp with Nuke. We want to see Nuke on something worse.
We're not going to get to see because Sylverfyre got the turn order, so Imps didn't get to do anything. We are going to find a ghoul. They were a little nasty yesterday to start off, but so far, nothing seen from that either. And we just found some money in the first chest. And up in the upper corner, we have Soft Potion and Silver Knife.
Silver Knife for Sylverfyre. So, also getting to show off the menu glitch.
So we're not going to have a lot of options for the Garland fight here. We are going to try to Quad X him, I'm pretty sure, because he is only about 120, I believe, on the HP. He has heat! What? That's a wipe. That's a good start.
So if I'm doing the smart thing and throwing down a cabin before the fight. As a positive note, it looks like there is a decent hero run early on in TNT and the tail. Well, they won't have to search for the tail today.
That's going to improve their charges of whatever spells they get very early here if they when they get that airship.
Also, early chain armor is pretty good too, considering it's got, I think 8 absorb despite losing a bit of the evade.
One Fine Day is going to find that he can't get any save equipment here. This is going to be less about saves coming on the way through. And they say saves coming in terms of using houses or tents or whatever.
I mean,
actually, they can't get some tents. There are tents, so at least they can do that.
Yeah, tents available. Houses being ungodly and price-wise over 4K. But no, One Fine Day, Sylverfyre are doing a route diversions. One Fine Day checking dwarves, Sylverfyre headed over to Binky. Well, the vanilla Broca location, we don't know what's going to be there yet, though.
The dwarves had the rare 2-item. We saw 2 loose items in this room yesterday in one race.
The canal
does not count as a loose item. There are 3 other loose items, but the canal is guaranteed to be loose in this flag set.
An on-rack for where Provoca is today, but we found the
One Fine Day has the better route, I think, at this point. One fine day getting that crystal, he's going to make the trip over to Provoca, but he can check Matoya's held item at the same time. Sylverfyre's going to have to make a return trip. The answer is in chat. We do have a tracker. I'm just not sure if the tracker is not updating. So we're going to try and get an update on that to see what's going on. So the questions is raised in chat about that. We will call the race in the meantime, what we see and what we know.
And now that both of them have the tail, crystal, and the canal, this is going to be an interesting start.
Yeah, we're going to get to see what is held right away at Matoya. Matoya may or may not give us anything of immediate use. I mean, Matoya could just have a cube for all we know. We have to go sail outside, but we're going to get to see what's the Elfland location as well. We already saw Provoca. I missed what the town was there, unfortunately, if you got over there. But we will see it again on One Fine Day screen. Meanwhile, he's also going to get the key. So let's go visit the Corneria Treasury while we're in the area. Oh, maybe the Dwarf Treasury as well.
Anyway, we have Matoya. I did not see what, if One Fine Day checked already, but more money, and the key, of course.
So both runners do have that key now. We found the canal in Dwarf Cave. We also have the TNT, which was turned in at Dwarf Cave as well. That got us the crystal, which we turned in for that key.
Basically, everybody has the same items.
Exactly. We're just doing a recap for our tracker here as well.
Yeah, that's basically that's why I said everybody has the same items. Helps out, on that one real quick. Also, the vendor item being the loot in Onrak.
And Onrak was up in the Provoke area, I'm guessing then. Nice. That means we have an early sea shrine available, if we can get the Oxyale.
Very true.
And both runners are checking the armory at about the same time here. So far, not much of use. That flame sword might be nice for the fighter, though. Or we don't have a fighter. We have
Red
two
mage.
thieves. Never mind. Two thieves. Yeah. It would be nice for a fighter. We'll give it to the red mage instead. Now, we've not gotten down the Elfland area yet. Looks like there's still a lot to explore here. Kazoku on the open sea just hits for 22 damage. And One Fine Day is going to continue his checks of the locked locations.
There's
We
the
found
herb.
Loose herb, there you go. Loose herb in the locked area and in the dwarf cave, and we're going to go to the prince as soon as we get down to Elfland Castle. So we are getting some quick progression fetch quest unlocks here.
And Fire 3 and Ice 3 in Provoca, which apparently is Elfland today.
So Provoca has moved just across the intercontinent, and we're still going to fight Bicky early here. And those pirates, a Quad X spell, they probably won't last, or Ice 3. It looks like we're going to use instead. Poison. Looks like we're already down to a 3-man party on Sylverfyre side. Don't know if that was intended or if that was just incidental.
That I think is incidental. Sorry, not incidental, intended. As that thief's been gone since before Gar.
Well, that'll help Sylverfyre get up a little quickly. There's the crown. Well, that check down to the Elfland area got even better now. What I think would make it even better is if Marcia is required.
Yep, and we found cabins which I believe are cheaper than tents today. Which
Nice.
is actually useful. And insanely dirt cheap heal pots. Sorry, all for not speaking a lot, having one or two small technical difficulties, so trying to take care of all that. But let's see, money, iron armor, giant axe, and some more money in the elven treasury. And yep, onefineday got his dank herbs.
We're gonna go check the crown right now to see what Astos has. Now we did see one point yesterday. Astos was Zap happy. That was in a different race though.
Also, it's nice to see onefineday improving and actually danning a thief. Because yesterday decided to just go if all 4 party members are alive. Didn't hurt in the long run. It just ended up being Topher more than anything else.
Yeah, I didn't make it a little slower for leveling up because if you have that, others are cubed by the way. If you have all 4 party members up, they split the experience equally. But if someone is down, you still get the same amount of experience, but more of it goes to the living party members. So if you have a fight where normally everyone gets 5,000 experience, if you have one guy alive at the end, he gets 20,000 experience out of it basically.
Yep, pretty much. And gold bracelets rolled nearly the highest amount. What, 10 to 15k off? So Astos is down for Sylverfyre. I missed what they got.
So you're saying there's a run on gold in this scene? The gold price has gone up or something like that?
Close to 50k, like 45, around 45k.
65 would be max K. 65,535 is the highest you can get. So 45 is pretty high. At least we do know that the opal bracelet is the fetch quest that we did not want to see at the Prince.
And loose canoe.
Wow. So that means that the Crescent Lake area is doubly open, whatever town that is. They can get there by ship anyway, so they can just choose which way they want to get there now.
Also, looks like onefineday going to go turn in their crown.
And we are going to... By the way, there's a cloth in that room with the canoe as well, so that cloth will be very useful. And we are going to check the trap tile by Sylverfyre finds the Chimera there. And onefineday is going to save outside and make that Astos turn in. So onefineday is going to pick up the canoe again. Looks like he might have taken a... That's the 3rd time we've seen the canoe picked up, so it must have been a wipe somewhere, or forget to save or something like that.
I am not positive on that one, but it should be interesting.
And there's a geese just wandering around out here and not going to get to act. Turn order. One Fine Day is back in Provoke as Sylverfyre is leaving the Elfland area where Provoke is. I think he is going to head... I don't think he checked the Dwarven Treasure yet. I have a feeling he might go there before heading out to... Go ahead.
I was going to say they are probably checking Dwarven Treasure as well, or probably headed over to Melmond.
Sylverfyre is heading back to the treasure room, the locked treasure room. This is another trap tile check, another Chimera.
So yes, that Chimera tile actually is good, and hey, we found Elfland, so I'm assuming Melmond? Ooh, heal 3! Level 4! That's
level 4.
pretty good.
That is good.
Lock 2 also at level 4 Black Magic, which will be very handy on slowing down those enemies.
Not a lot of good stuff level 4. Cure 3 is good. That's a level earlier than usual. It's usually at level 5. So Cure 3 is good to have there as well if you want to concentrate healing on one party member. But Heal 3 is still pretty good as well. Actually, even better. I think that's normally level 7.
I am not positive, and according to Yoshi in chat, apparently this is Crescent Lake.
Yeah, this would be the Crescent Lake location. It was either that or Melmond.
Yep, and after getting done some chimeras, saving out and going back, definitely worth it. Since
that was definitely Crescent Lake. So I don't think we saw what Oh, Credit Bridge. I don't think we saw what Melmond is yet.
We have not, I believe.
And Dan was turned into a statue, so One Fine Day resets that. I don't think he's got soft potions with him. Either that or just doesn't want to use them. Sylverfyre is checking the Dwarven Treasury as I suspected would happen. That is where our loose herb, I think, is located. And there it is.
Anyway, looks like Sylverfyre. I missed. I'm assuming they're going over to check Melmond, so that's gonna be good. So we'll get new information here, and hey, we found Crescent Lake,
which is at Melmond. So a lot of the towns just moved 1 or 2 out of rotation here, and the only exception was Onrak was pushed all the way up in the front of the rotation. We haven't seen Gaia yet, so Gaia may still be floater locked.
Yes, along with the Lefenish as well. So let's see. And let's see. Ooh, Lamp and Life 2!
At this point, one of those two has to be locked by the floater. And Life 2 is a good spot to have, but that is level 5, so that's going to be a little harder for users. They're going to have to conserve their life charges when they go down through Temple Feature Visit. I see we're visiting Edge over at the Circle of Sages today. He has a slab for us. And yes, I'm just putting a random member of the Final Fantasy Randomizer community there every race in case you can't tell.
And actually, I do believe the sages actually are named after the community members, but I just forget which is which on that one. I'll have to ask around on that one, but One Fine Day checking Ice Cave has yet to be over and find Crescent Lake. But we'll soon see. We'll Ooh, I did not notice where warp was. It's
It
adamant.
was level 3. It was level 3, and we are getting the loose adamant, which is a nice find. That's a little late, but nice find. It's something else we can turn in with the dwarves. So a little bit of double dipping going on. We had to go to get one item out of location to get the other item to use at that same location on at least a couple occasions now. This being the latest example, we need the canal to get out here to be able to progress this far to Earth Ice Cave, and now we have to go back to Dwarf Cave to turn in the adamant.
Pretty much. But so we've only found exactly one loose. We like to worm tile. At least they're runnable.
We have him so far picked up warp while he was at the magic there as well. We're going to see what's down in this room. We've already seen two of our loose items. We saw the herb, and I can't remember what the second one was now. But
Canoe, I believe.
Canoe, yes, canoe.
Ooh, pro rings. Not that bad on the price. 25k is still a little higher than you would like, but it's still a good thing. And as Dr. Yoshi points out in chat, we found a katana. That'll be great once they find the floater and the ability to, promote.
Yeah, I believe that is the thieves' weapon, so that'll be something that one of the thieves will be able to use. I think there are two available too, so they should both be able to get one if both were kept alive.
The katana is the thieves' best weapon, apart from Masamune, but it is also the best option because it's basically got the crit rate of the Vorpal, but the power, closer in power to the Masamune. Or Masamune. Pick your actual choice on pronunciation on that.
Masamune?
Works for me.
There we go.
Ooh, Ice Sword.
We found our Ice Sword, which that'll be good for, I believe that's good for the Red Mage as well. And it is worth a lot if you decide they want to sell it.
We will probably equip that, as that is going to be very useful on that one.
Yep, Ice Sword down to Dan immediately. It looks like Sylverfyre is going around. I believe that is the on. No, that's the. I thought for a second it was the Honorax helmet. Maybe not.
Probably. Okay, where they are on that one, they are headed probably either back to Crescent Lake or to Volcano. And on Sylverfyre's side, looks like they are popping into Ordeals.
Yeah, that makes sense. I thought it was the northern continent somewhere, just to remember which one. So that is definitely the Ordeals River. I do see that now. And definitely heading to Ordeals. Pop a save outside, and as you may imagine, with this randomizer, everything is randomized, including the maze here in Castle of Ordeals. So we're going to get to see where these pillars take us. And with Warp, this will be a lot easier. This room warps to itself. There you go. So with Warp, it'll make it easier. If you take a wrong turn in a room you've seen before, you're going to go back. If you go a few phases, you're just going to go through the cycle again. And here are some Medusas. We've lost Allie. Meanwhile, on One Fine Day side, we have lost Day.
Even so, we'll soon see some good stuff because One Fine Day's in the Volcano and Sylverfyre being in the Ordeals, they'll both be getting some nice.
Mummy's not very experienced rich. They do have a little bit of experience, but not much to make it with grinding on, so he's not going to want to have too many of those fights. If he can help it, he's going to want to get through here as quickly as he can. And we did pop into a zombie dragon trap tile with a whiz vampire, it looks like. Either that or it was an encounter right before. There was a little bit of a cut, so I might have missed where it took place.
same on that one.
We are getting a volcano check from One Fine Day. This was predictable because he already went to Ice Cave. So we are going to see both on this trip over here for him. Oh, he's already left. I must have missed what he picked up. That was Vampire just missed on an attack on Dean, which is good because it would have killed Dean. Instead, Harm 2 takes the Vampire out, Wiz Vampire out, and that was the trap tile. And there's a cabin, some money, and more money. Now you said we saw the loot earlier as the vendor. Do you remember how much the loot cost?
I forget how much it is, and Bridge Boss on One Fine Day side Bane Sword pickup.
And Credit Bridge, again. $41,000 according to chat. Thank you, chat. One Fine Day has no time to talk to dwarves. Just going to turn in the adamant. And there's the Oxyal, early siege shrine we were talking about.
Yes, that is true. Those zombie D's, looks like Sylverfyre is actually opting to fight them, probably because of the harm to on that one. Executive, to run away. That we have here coming up. C using some heals. They're probably worried on that one. And we have the Ruby. So that's 2 free key item checks.
The Ruby, excellent. And that Ruby is, yeah, just like you said, that is 2 free key item checks. But I don't know if they're going to want to head over there yet. I'm trying to figure out whether it makes sense to make the gamble to go that way yet, because we don't have the rod for Earth Cave yet. What are the odds that the rod could be over at that location? I think we have, take a quick look at our tracker here, about 5, 6, 7 items left that we need to find. I think we still have the Power Bonk out there, and the Thorhammer might be out there as well. So there's still a few things we can pick up. It might be better served if they want to try and avoid having to make multiple trips back like other places they've had to already. They might be better served doing things like an early siege shrine if they feel they can do it with the levels they have. Volcano is also an option, of course, because they can do that without any additional items.
Very true, very true. And considering what's available, and where Sylverfyre is located, they might opt to go to Melmont, over to cash in that Ruby. I mean, it is 2 free key items. We're still looking for the floaters. So the floater could be at Zarya or at the Titan's Trove. Or with where they are at the top of the area by the Cardia Islands. Oh wait, I know where they're going next.
Where do you see them going?
Waterfall. They're by the Onrak area.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I could see them actually going to Waterfall.
That does get another key item out of the way, and if that turns out to be the rod, then Earth Cave is a great next stop. Meanwhile, One Fine Day is going to Castle Ordeals as Sylverfyre left. A little bit of a high five at sea there.
And looks like One Fine Day will soon be picking up their Ruby as long as they survive. And Sylverfyre is going to probably go check Waterfall and the town here.
Now you got a glimpse of the Cardia Islands there. We can't go there yet. You can't dock on any of the Cardia Islands, unfortunately, and that means we do need the airship to do that. We have the tail, we just can't turn it in there yet.
Yes, sadly. But, as I said, this makes the most sense because of where Sylverfyre was located. We found Melmond! So we'll probably have the slab turn in on that one. And with that, we know that the vanilla... the Gaia and Lefenis, I believe, are going to be in their normal locations, or possibly switched.
I saw Fade and Cure 4 up in the white magic. I had to check my second screen for that because I missed it. Now I'm doing the same for the black. We see Temper is sitting up in black magic. And we're going to turn that slab after talking to the wall and find nothing there. So the slab is now going to allow us to talk to the Leafinish, but the Leafinish, I think at this point, are locked by the airship. We have to get... Actually, Leafane and Gaia are both locked by the airship. It's almost vanilla, just they might be switched around.
Very, very true. One Fight Day picking up their Ruby and is now going down.
This will be our first check of the waterfall area, and the thing that Sylverfyre, you might have noticed him do a save and then realize, oh wait, there's no clinic here, so he had to go use his life charge and save again to get that charge back. So he had to do a second save there. A little bit of lost time there, but not too bad.
Not too bad indeed, and even then, the devs will not add an actual clinic to Melmond, because honestly, it doesn't make sense. Because, well, the Finnish hospitality is a thing, but I wouldn't call Melmond hospitality a thing.
No, the vampire didn't do anything. Flag does not exist yet. And I actually agree with what Jonathan Joshi is saying in chat. Because it is canon not to have the clinic in Melman, it makes no sense to have the clinic in Melman, but there's nothing about the Leaffish not being able to have it in, so that's why we have the Leaffish hospitality flag. We have a gas dragon, by the way.
Barely able to get away on Sylverfyre's side, but they did manage to get away, and looks like One Fine Day has found Melmond. We'll probably be picking up their Fade. Was it Cure 4 and Temper there?
Fade, Cure 4 and Temper, yep.
Yep, and ooh, nice pack guarding the robot. Just some actual wolves.
Ooh, yeah, there's a wolf pack. That is the Zeus gauntlet there.
And Power Bonk plus the Aegis Shield. Well, that'll just be sold.
That's an interesting armor combination there. Armor Cave. Slav is turned in for One Fine Day. He can now speak a foreign language in 2 seconds. Sylverfyre leaving the waterfall area. Again, they seem to have high-fived on the way as Sylverfyre passed on, racking away. So now it's One Fine Day heading into the waterfall, or as I've now dubbed it, Armor Cave. And Sylverfyre heading north. Gonna wrap around the map, probably to the Elfland area, I'm guessing.
More than likely to turn in that Ruby, as they do not have the Atio yet. And the only key location we have not seen is seen to Ophir, and we have not seen Marsh as far as key locked.
Yeah, I think you're right. It is the Elfland area. I was right. So we are going to go to the castle. I thought he turned in the herb already. What is he? Maybe he didn't. No, he didn't turn in the herb. Okay, I stand corrected. And that was the Opalteria, and we did see that One Fine Day already picked that up. So we did have that noted already. So One Fine Day finds a crew of Perilous, is going to dodge that.
And we'll soon be entering Armor Cave. And now Sylverfyre looks like they are going to go over and turn that Ruby, pick up their 2 free key items, which, if they're lucky, will be the floater. If not, we'll see on that one. Although, I don't did Sylverfyre check the adamant, or did that leave to Oxyel? No, they picked up the Oxyel.
The adamant did. I believe the adamant did lead to Oxio. Yes.
Okay, then with that, they have an advantage there, while Sylverfyre, as I said, is going to check Titan Stroke. It's going to feed that Titan. Much.
Well, here's the advantage for Sylverfyre where the adamant is concerned now, because he's going to be near where the sea shrine is located. If he wants to, he can head right over to provoke the slash on rack and go right into the sea shrine if he wants to. So this is actually going to be nice once he does check that. But he's going to check the ruby first. I just hope he hasn't forgotten about the adamant. Or they, I should say. Sorry.
It happens. And this is one of the reasons why I just try to remember or just say the name of Thorhammer.
Ooh, that was another one of the whammy items. So that's not a key item. It is one of our 3 so-called items.
I think that's actually all of them.
Oh yeah, it is, because we did see the power bump. That's right. So we did see all 3.
Let's see. Floater is already up. Ruby, this is nice for Sylverfyre, but without that Oxyale, I mean, that still might be a thing on that one. The One Fine Day does need to go cash in that Ruby ASAP, but since they, I don't believe, have found the actual vendor item, that's why they're checking the well, God, try to think of it here. The Oasis. That, or they needed to smell Melmon not having an item shop.
Yeah. That's right, they do need to cash in that, or One Fine Day needs to cash in that ruby as quickly as possible. Otherwise, it's going to fall behind in time at this point, as Sylverfyre is... Hopefully Sylverfyre does not forget to check the dwarf with the adamant, but he is going to head right down that floater. I think that's going to be one of the first things they do before they do anything else, so they can go get that tail turned in and be able to use all the high-powered stuff and the extra magic they can get. Okay, so it looks like Sylverfyre is doing what I thought they were going to do. They're going to turn in the airship, or get the airship rather right now, turn in the floater for the airship. And 1 hour, actually not at 1 hour, only about 37 minutes and 6 seconds, they're in the air. And One Fine Day is going to get the ruby past the Titan. So Floater won't be far away. Not going to lose too much time on this.
And the bottle turn in for... And the slab turning into the bottle, which is very nice. And with that Oxyale, and I believe Sylverfyre has yet to pick up their katana, so although they will be able to class change first,
Where was the katana again?
The katana is going to definitely help.
Where was the katana again?
The katana was Ice Cave.
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah, he has. They haven't been to Ice Cave yet.
And Ice Cave did have the adamant.
That would explain why Sylverfyre has not gone to Dwarf Cave for the adamant yet, because obviously hasn't picked it up yet, so there's no reason to go to back to Dwarf Cave yet. There's our first ribbon.
Very true, and that is huge of a pickup. And it looks like One Fine Day will be picking up their actual power bonk real soon.
And time for promotion.
Wait, I'm wrong. Thorhammer was there. Power bonk was there too. Oh yeah, that's right. It had the other stuff on that one. So this will be very.
So we start with a party of thieves and mages. Say hello to your new party of ninjas and wizards.
I mean, the ninjas are good. They're very good. Basically, they're the only part of the thief class that actually works in the normal game. As this game was buggy as anything when it came to that class.
And so far, trying to land in the forest, I don't think that's going to do good for the sturdiness of that machine.
I mean, I would have thought the fact of the trees more than anything else, because you could probably drop an airstrip on that one and crush the trees. But I don't know what would win. Chat, what do you think? Airship or trees? My thought is if you're dropping an airship down fast enough, you'll probably crush a tree. Because awesome. And of course we have Gaia, Saber at level 7, decent enough. I think they might have bought it, but ooh, Invis 2! Invis 2! And it is actually learnable!
That is very nice. And that is in Gaius. That is a level 7 spell.
Yes, and luckily it was in the very first slot of level 7, so it was also Red Wizard learnable.
We just found Nuke at level 8.
And sadly, it is not learnable, as I believe the Red Wizard does not get any level 8 spells, so...
What do you mean, sadly? We're happy not to see him be able to use that.
I mean, it's Nuke. But then again, they have level 4. Well, they have level 5 phase, so that's good enough.
Exactly.
Ooh, the chime!
The chime from the fairy. That does give us access to the main Mirage Tower. Since we already have the cube, that means we have access to T-Map. And potentially a Warmech.
Yes, we do. Ooh, Tyro. Where was Cube again, anyway?
I was just trying to think back to that, because I knew you were going to ask me that. I can't remember now offhand.
So, we need to add the cube to One Fine Day side for the tracker.
I'm sure someone from chat will remind us what we're forgetting here, where that cube was. And Bill both did see it, and it was for the crown.
Early on Fetch Quest, so yeah, hard to remember that one.
One Fine Day gained the news about Saber and Sleep. Going to also get the news about the lovely Invis 2 and Harm 3, but not learning Invis 2.
They haven't crash promoted yet.
That would be why. That would be why. I was just thinking that.
Let's hope that doesn't come to bite them in the butt later, but, even so...
I wonder if One Fine Day just didn't get the airship yet.
They have the
airship. No, he does. He has to, because he got here. Just didn't go to promote before turning in the tail. So if he turned in the tail before coming here, he would have been able to get Invis 2. He'd have to make another trip back if he wants it. I'm sure that's something he's going to have to think about.
Doing One Fine Day, they won't get Invis 2.
No, at this point, no.
Yeah, you don't. Sadly.
At this point, you know you missed your chance and you just move on. Because you have to save time.
Yep, gotta go fast. And with everything that they are missing, they need the rod. And with that chime pickup for One Fine Day, they are a rod away from go mode.
The rod is, I think, the one thing we really have left. What item have we not seen yet?
Well, we have the bottle, which turned into the chime. We know where the loot is. Wait. Yeah, so...
I'm just trying to rack
One Fine Day side. Let's see. As for locations that are left, the adamant did not turn into that.
Have we seen our third loose?
Maybe not. I mean,
the rod is
yeah.
loose.
Yeah.
It has to be. We've seen all the incentive locations as far as I can tell. So there's a loose rod somewhere on this map, and whoever finds this rod first is going to be the one to go into go mode and going to have a huge advantage. And for One Fine Day, this is tournament life for sylverfyre. This is a chance to win the match, and if he loses this, just gets another chance next time they play.
And sylverfyre making their way into Ice Cave, so they'll be picking up their adamant real soon. Looks like One Fine Day is going to be promoting really soon.
Probably regretting the chance they could have had that in Viz too, but gonna have to live without it.
It happens. It happens. But let's see. Silver Shield. That's money. Opal Shield and some more money.
Yeah, we saw this
We're
all on
keeping the
sylverfyre
Opal
side already. I don't think there was too much of use here. I might have just missed something.
Didn't you say that they found a ribbon?
Oh, except for the ribbon. Yeah, sorry, there was a ribbon. I forgot about that. Yeah, there is a ribbon in one of the rooms here.
So we are basically right away, which is loose. Sylverfyre will be picking up their adamant, finding out that the rod will be loose. Well, they'll know as soon as they go and turn in the adamant. Mage staff pickup. That's actually pretty good because if I recall correctly, that casts fire too.
Yep. And sylverfyre going to get that adamant now and going to realize, okay, you have a turn-in to do, and then he'll get to the dwarf cave and probably going to head to Sea. I'm going to guess going to go straight to Sea Shrine from there because it is right next door.
Let's see what you got on that one. You have the airship. It'll be Sea Shrine or it'll be Volcano. Considering that they could still use some good equipment, my bet is Volcano because of how front-loaded it is. Although they could go see the mermaids to pick up some nice treasures as well.
That's what I'm thinking. They could gamble on the mermaid section and see if that's where the rod is located. Right now, it's a matter of picking the right location.
And One Fine Day going back to the unracked area. Sylverfyre. I'm trying to remember what was in this area. I think it was, well, we'll know in a second. Melmond. So picking up their magic now for the Red Wizard.
Yeah, Melmond was up here.
Definitely worth picking up that temper for that Red Wizard because being able to temper up their thieves.
Yeah, the question in chat thinking One Fine Day has a cube. Yes, he did turn in the crown, and that was where we were reminded because we forgot that's where the cube was located. So I believe he does have it. We'll get a check at the inventory eventually, and we'll probably see that anyway, one way or the other.
Very true. So let's see. One Fine Day is flying to around this Volcano.
Looks like he's going to Volcano. The logical play. There is an armory here with lots of items in it and a lot of chests on the 4th floor as well.
Also, I know One Fine Day was a little worried last night because they had just switched over to consoles, so having to go from emulator where you can just immediately hit like L and R. To act like the up A in here for the free resets, to having to actually, reach over and hit reset and the power button.
And there can be a bit of a reflex on that as well, because if you have the reset button ready to go on hitting a chest, and then you realize as you hit reset, oh, I needed that chest. I need that item. So it's a matter of making sure you register what is in that chest before you hit reset, and that instead of having that gut reflex to hit reset, which I would want to do.
I mean, as someone who plays on console for a lot of games, I make sure to have the console at least where I have to reach over and do that one, or at least with the game with this one, since also on console, it's as we know, EverDrive or pick stuff on that one. Using an NES controller, so you don't have access to LNR to be able to do an update on that one, but it's still useful. And Sylverfyre will be picking up their ice sword.
So you're gonna probably think I'm crazy for saying this, but I think One Fine Day might have just taken the lead.
Why? What did they get?
He didn't get anything yet, but the fact that One Fine Day is still doing the adamant turn in, and the Sylverfyre rather is doing the adamant turn in now, only going to get the last information check now. One Fine Day is working on the thief dungeons, on the thief dungeons, on the fiend dungeons.
Sylverfyre just walking into Volcano as well, making us both feel bad on that one. But another ribbon for One Fine Day, which is going to be very useful.
Yeah, One Fine Day has a bit of an early walk in the Volcano, so it's going to be a matter of who executes better at this point. It's going to be a back and forth race. I think this is going to be a close one, so buckle up.
And also, with what's available, all One Fine Day, Sylverfyre knows that basically either the rod or the Oxyale will be at the adamant turn-in.
They're almost in sync right now. Sylverfyre first, the trap tile, going to get away from there. There's a cloth. That's fun to have a trap tile for. Nothing else.
I mean, I wonder how small that cloth armor is. I mean, I'm thinking it's like our cloth size or
whatever it is. Nothing in the armor of value at all.
Cloth armor is it?
Yeah, whatever it is, it's nothing of value at all, and we're being told in chat it's a loincloth. So there you go. That's a ribbon. I don't know if One Fine Day found that ribbon or not.
They did. So 2 ribbons apiece.
Okay, good. I missed that ribbon.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We all blink and you miss it is the old adage, I believe, for everybody in commentary and in chat. Sometimes in no matter what game you're providing comm for. Cyclone. You missed you missed something insanely rare yesterday.
What am I missed that was rare?
We had an actual Agama tile in the Volcano.
Oh, I was watching the race. I knew about that.
Sorry about that then, but yes.
Yeah, I dropped the Agama fact in the chat.
Yeah, I got Ice Shield pickup. That's the best shield that a Nissa can equip. But those Cerberus is having cremate.
I think that's normal. Isn't that something they normally have? I know they have some kind of heat spell.
Oh! Vorpal!
Yeah, they're gonna pick that up. Both players will pick that up.
I do not remember what team they are on that one, but you haven't found Master yet. You have a katana. And this type of thing,
I'll say Baz is
sort
right
of
here.
wanted to keep it.
Darn.
I mean, Vorpal's good enough. It does get the job done. And back in the days when you had weapons fixes off, I believe it's still, you still had an insanely good crit rate with it, but I think it also had an increased damage output, but I could be wrong there.
Ice armor,
I mean,
that's
2+ years ago.
Ice armor, that's really good in the early game, and still something that One Fine Day can use now, so he is equipping it. And that last chest is tied to another chest, so we've already seen that one.
Now we're getting up to the vanilla Agama tile location. Sadly, I don't think it'll be Agamas tonight.
You never know.
Very true. Very true.
Tile, though. That's usually its own trap tile in the 5th floor.
Yes, it is, but not tonight, sadly.
Nope, they're just wandering around out here.
But with both...
Had to use a couple life charges there.
Yeah, but still having access to Fade and some other stuff. The Cobra Scorpion tile, not good. Some money, and I think it was just another useless item in the other location. But both Sylverfyre and One Fine Day picking up their Vorpal.
So let's see what the Red Dragon trap tile is today. We have more Cobras and Scorpions.
Lobsters.
And lobsters. Yeah, those are normally sea shrine enemies. What are they doing over here?
They're in soup.
Lobster soup. I think they were just coming to visit their scorpion friends.
Yeah, most likely.
It's the party of the brothers here, I guess.
And I also might add that One Fine Day using a veteran move by using warp to immediately skip the tiles again.
Yep, I noticed that.
So we'll soon see what Carrie has got for us.
And this is actually only our first fiend fight. We're almost an hour in, about 55 minutes now. And this is going to be our first fiend fight of the seed tonight.
Very true.
So far, we're going to find out that we don't have Agnes here today. Nope, don't want to fight those. Sorry.
So let's see what Carrie has tonight. We're going for Fade.
54 minutes and 48 seconds, we have queued the carry fight. And going to go for, not Warp, Invis. So Invis is going to power up Dan a little bit here. We're going to use some Fade to get some magic victory. 91 damage. Dan fires 166. So we're up to about 255 so far, if I'm doing the math right on that. Yes, math on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. Quad X, will that be enough? Needs 300 left. Nope. Wall is used on Dan.
144 damage. And going for the Quad X again, we have still ineffective.
Yeah, Quad X is still not working. So that means there's still over 300 damage there. There's 60 damage. Thor Hammer is used to get another 22. That's not a lot. I wouldn't use a Quad X at this point, but you never know. It might be enough.
I mean,
nope, gonna keep running it.
Lower.
Gonna keep running it. Hopefully the turn order works and gets a little more damage before that Quad X hits.
Yep.
This will be at 60 damage. Will it still work? Nope.
Nice 3 coming out. We have 66 damage. Thor coming out. Couldn't see the damage on that one. Dan swings. We hit 60 damage. Thor coming out again. 20 some. You the damage on that one.
This is a very absorbent carry. It's not taking a lot of damage at all.
I think Carrie rolled heavy today.
Yeah, very heavy and not taking a lot of damage. This should be enough. No, it's not enough. Yeah, this is both runners are fighting Carrie right now, and I'm watching a Sylverfyre as well. But Sylverfyre started second, so we're watching for One Fine Day to finish the fight first here. If that was a knight, this might have been a little quicker, but unfortunately, we are dealing with no knights today because of the party draft.
2 hits, 18 damage. Swing. 3 hits, 69 damage. Nice. 2 hits, 48 damage. And we're coming out, 16 damage. Hammer coming out again, 30. Quad X again. Will he see it? Yes! Yes! One Fine Day! Erased! Erased! Carrie is erased!
It sure took long enough, didn't it?
Yep, and at 57 minutes and change, I'll just call it 56:50, One Fine Day puts the first orb on the board. And on the Sylverfyre side, they have also erased Carrie from existence. So at 57 minutes, 23 seconds, Sylverfyre has lit their first orb.
And it almost seems quickest to, after having tried all the Quad X, to finally get it with the Quad X. It seems quickest to do that because it would have taken at least a couple more rounds. The way that Carrie was just resisting everything. So that was still the quickest way to do it after having already spent all that time. We're getting a slight divergence, but it's because Sylverfyre needs to turn the Oxio, or get the Oxio rather. One Fine Day just goes straight into the Sea Shrine and is doing that. Looks like is going to head over to the Mermaid for it and look for that rod up there. I like this move. But at the same time, I take that back. I don't like this move. Because you're going to have to do the bottom half of the Sea Shrine anyway. You might as well just look down there first. Maybe I'm actually changing my mind. You should do the bottom of the Sea Shrine first, get your crack, and then come back up to the Mermaid Fort if you don't find the rod. If you do find the rod, you can just skip the rest of the Mermaid Fort.
I think I normally would agree with the Cyclone, but remember, they also still need to find the rod. And in this case, which I might add, the TFC chest having a tent, but in this case, going for the bulk of that one, heal helmet. That's interesting on that one because it gives heal 2, which is useful, although it looks like One Fine Day is opting to skip it. And ooh, an air tile in Topher. Well, the Temple of Fiends trap chest.
I didn't see what the first chest was, but we're gonna see what the other two chests are down here.
Oh, and Sanford Jersey points out in chat, One Fine Day is also a little low on levels and dealing with the Wisty Hag, Red Sea Hag fight.
That does not give a lot of experience. That's not a fun fight to get.
At least there's a nice thing coming in the next update. We will finally have that actually be able to be runnable. As that fight is the B side of the Pirates fight.
Ooh.
Quadex coming out, erasing a Gur Shark, and the other Shark is down too. Looks like Sylverfyre is also opting to take care of Sea Shrine as well, since they are right here.
Start seeing Sylverfyre back in the on-rack area at Provoker right now. Gonna head down to Sea Shrine.
And ooh, opting to pick up Exit on that White Mage.
This tells me he's going to the Mermaid Fort and is going to exit out as soon as he gets down up there.
Looks like they are splitting up from the counter, coming across the Seafood Party platter, and then how to deal with the Wisty Hag, Red Sea Hag. Opting to try Bane strats, ineffective, 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 poison smoke, ineffective, poison smoke, and ineffective.
Looks like we got a level 19 on Sylverfyre's side right there as well, so I guess that's a glimpse of the levels there. Definitely acceptable level for doing this area. They did not go to the Mermaid side. Or did they go down to the second floor instead? Or did I just see the wrong stair?
They are... I think they're going to left side, which is I think Mermaid side, but I could be wrong.
No,
I don't
right
have my
side
map
is
up on
Mermaid.
that one.
Right side is Mermaid side.
Yes, they are going Kraken first. They are doing what you suggested on that one.
Yeah.
And I can't fault both runners for this one. One Fine Day checking Mermaids first because if the rod is there, they can skip the chests. So Fire's banking on the fact of if the rod is here, they can skip Mermaid.
It makes me wonder why Sylverfyre picked up Exit at this point, given he's not planning to use it here. Maybe it's just in case he had to go to the Mermaid side second, then just exit out right away and go wherever you want to go after that. Plus, it's useful for Mirage Tower if you have to search around Mirage Tower.
Very true. Plus also Exit. I know they were in the shop. I think they bought it, but I could be wrong there. But Exit is still always useful on that one, especially depending on how some of the dungeons roll. Or if your person with warp goes down. And in the Sharknado chest, we have some bones. It's the trap tile, and nothing else major there. Let's see, mermaids, nothing that much so far. Iron helmet, 225 gold. Heal pot, actually useful. Warping back, so both runners putting that warp spell to great use to be able to save time wandering around. Ooh!
Ooh, that is the third ribbon. So all three ribbons are now in One Fine Day's possession, and that is going to help with the elemental protection, especially when we get to the Temple of Fiends Revisited. So I'm trying. We just saw a coral sword. I'm trying to keep an eye on what's going on both sides here at the same time because we're doing different things. That's a wooden helmet on One Fine Day's side. Verifying a shark on Sylverfyre's side. I think it might have been a gray shark, actually.
More than likely, it looks like after checking there, One Fine Day opting to run to the inn, saving, and is going to probably immediately go back in.
Yeah, you save that ribbon. You don't lose that ribbon on a sudden wipe.
Very true. Do you want that ribbon?
We're gonna get another chest check over here on the 3rd floor, which I don't know if Sylverfyre checked this or not, but only 387 gold. That's a rune sword. We're getting the sea snake parade here. Oh, they have cremate, but they're not doing a lot of damage. That's the Mazmoon. We're gonna find. So one fine day should come upon this Mazmoon as well. Both runners will have it.
So that means both runners will have Mazmoon, Vorpal, and a katana. They're one katana away from basically having the full party equipment.
For all we know, that's probably in the sky, or not? Yeah, in the sky before we get to the rod that is most inevitably going to be up there.
I'm hoping for one other location. Neither of them have checked it.
Earth?
Marsh.
That was the next thing I was going to say, Marsh.
Neither have checked Marsh.
Ironically enough, I said we had a very, very early check of everything in the Elfland area, and the only thing we need to go with that is required Marsh. Can you imagine if that actually comes true now?
Oh, definitely. We see Locked Marsh have items. We had a locked progression item in the TFC chest here in C, and looks like Sylverfyre will be the first on their way to Kraken.
That's by virtue of the fact that he was the first to go that direction. So while One Fine Day went and checked the mermaid floor, got his 3rd ribbon along the way first. So One Fine Day is a little bit behind in steps. Sylverfyre will make up the time to have to go back to the mermaid floor. It doesn't have any more chests to check. Has to go check the mermaids. Otherwise, we'll be doubling back here, and we'll leave that ribbon behind if he does leave it.
Yep, they will actually be able to, check the mermaids, say hi on that one. Sword, I believe you are right with One Fine Day finding the Mazmoon A, whatever you want to call it.
It's in this room.
Yep.
And we have Sylverfyre getting ready for the fight and going to finish preparations and move them around. Release the Kraken.
Let's see, attack. It looks like Fade and free turn to begin with.
Kraken starting with Ink, thank you, free turn. That's Fade for 258 damage, more Fade for 318, not anywhere near as resistant as Carrie was, that is for sure. That's 600 damage already. That's actually terminated Phase turn 1, wow. That's a difference between two fiends right there, if you ask me.
A battle of two fiends.
Kraken is paper, Carrie's been lifting weights.
And I can assume since Sylverfyre is not buying the loot, they already do have the loot. As with the way this seed has been, blink and you miss it, folks, and Sylverfyre not acting to check mermaids.
That is surprising. Wow. Now, that's going to leave Sylverfyre 1 ribbon short. Sylverfyre is good with 2 ribbons, so he's not worried about the ribbons at all, but the fact that we have a loose rod, it makes me wonder if this is a calculated risk. He's thinking he has to go through here anyway. The difference is if One Fine Day had found the rod, then what would be happening right now is Sylverfyre would be losing a lot of time checking chests that One Fine Day would not be checking. That's a moot point because One Fine Day didn't find the rod, but that would be the gamble that Sylverfyre would be having happen here.
I had also forgot the traditional orb for the orb light.
Ooh. So Sylverfyre just jumped into the lead here with that not checking the mermaids, and that's only because of what we know. That we can say that Sylverfyre is in the lead from that, because going through the 3rd Fiend dungeon, we do need like that water orb for Sylverfyre as well on the tracker, so we'll get that fixed in a moment here. But so this is the 3rd Fiend dungeon for Sylverfyre, and that's why we can say that they are in the lead.
Although, as a positive note here, if the actual rod is in Marsh, that gives One Fine Day the advantage on knowledge, because Sylverfyre might go back and check mermaids then, instead of hoofing it to Marsh if the rod is there.
That is a possibility, but I don't think either runner is going to head back to Marsh until they have run out of options. They might both even dig Earth before going back to Marsh. So if the Rod is here in Sky, sylverfyre is definitely running in the lead right now. If the Rod is not here in Sky, it is still up for grabs.
Very, very true. I'm thinking probably both runners will opt to dig Sky immediately on that one, and even being the tiniest bit behind after checking Mermaids, One Fine Day is closing in fast.
Might have had a better encounter table on the way down to Kraken, but he's going to find out how papery this Kraken is with the, well, except that Kraken started with Sleep on Dan, so it's not going to be a one-cycle KO for One Fine Day, unfortunately. Going to need a second turn, but still going to be very papery.
2 fades, a swing on that one, a third fade coming out, 135, swing on this one, 3 hits, 108 damage, and Kraken is down.
Yep, still papery.
The Kraken has gone to bed. Oh, and apparently Speed Gaming 4 is rating us. Thank you, and welcome to this exciting match.
I was just about checking what they had on because I was going to call that out. It looks like they just had some Metroid 2 Prime Randomizer going on over there. It looks like it must have been a short match today. That was scheduled for a little while. So, yeah, welcome to everyone from over there.
Basically, we have a interesting match between sylverfyre and One Fine Day. It's game 2, sylverfyre taking game 1, and right now, both runners are just looking for the Rod to be in go mode. It's basically 2 orbs apiece. Basically, to give you a rundown on some of the stuff, the King and Sarah gave the TNT and Tail respectively. Gaia is in... not Gaia. Onrak was in Provoca because we have Town Shuffle on, so couldn't find anything there. Provoflin gave... I forget what it was. Basically, they had to go all around everything. You know, they got a lot of their fetch quests early. The canoe was found early alongside the canal, and basically they're looking for one last loose item.
Yeah, the Rod is the last loose item. We did find, as you know, what the other 2 loose items were. But the Rod, we have confirmed, is the only remaining incentive item that is left in the pool. We've already found all 3 loose items, or the other 2 loose items, and checked every other incentive item. We found all 3 of the so-called Zonk items. So we are down to just the Rod, and whoever finds that Rod first is going to have a huge advantage.
Well, not necessarily. With One Fine Day checking Mermaids and sylverfyre not. As I said, if it's not here, this will be a tough call for both of them, as sylverfyre might go back and check Mermaids, might immediately go to Mars, or check Earth. Because if the Rod is not, then... because sylverfyre skipped Mermaids and One Fine Day checked Mermaids. Mermaids has a decent amount of checks, and it will be interesting to see if they decide to go back for that one if it's not here.
Well, if it's not here, we're going to have, and there's the defense, by the way. If it's not here, we're going to have a very, very interesting question between Earth and Marsh, because neither is a very savory option. That's why both runners came to Sky first. There's a lot of items in the Sky. The density is here for it to be in Sky. And of course the Mirage Tower as well. But if it is not here in these locations, then Earth and Marsh are both very unsavory locations. The reason Earth is an unsavory location is because you need the Rod to progress to the 4th floor, where the Rod cannot be at this point, by the way. So those 8 chests are completely uncommissioned. We're not going to be checking those at all, I don't think. But it can be on the first 2 floors of Earth Cave. If it's not there, then you wasted time checking that just to go to Marsh. At the same time, Marsh is one of those locations that is not fun to check. At least we're not going to have to deal with the danger so much because we're not at a low level. We can just cruise through most of what's there now, especially with those ribbons. But it's going to be unsavory if you pick the wrong one first. Whichever one is first, it's not a very savory decision.
Oh, I might add sylverfyre managing to take down 2 eyes back to back. So that's very good EXP.
It is. One of the best EXP enemies in the game.
And ooh, unrunnable rock galls. Let's see, opting for a fade, terminated. So rock galls run down to a single fade.
Yeah, those are very squishy rock galls. I like that.
Wow. But I thought they were made of rock.
Yeah, it's a very squishy type of rock.
Oh, also dragon armor pickup. That's free gold if ever saw it.
I don't think they're going to be worrying about that at this point, though. They got pretty much everything they need with Vorpal, Mazmoon, and Katana.
Very true. Very, very true.
Green Medusa ambush.
Rain reduces also being very, 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 having a decent amount of EXP, especially since they travel in packs.
We're getting the Grey Naga air combination. It is runnable.
I do have to say, though, if the Rain reduces, travel in packs, hopefully they don't look at each other.
I've always wondered what happens if Medusas look at each other. That would be kind of funny.
I mean, I think they aren't turned to stone, but I could be wrong because I am not sure of my monster lore on top of that one, and I only know for at least the actual. Forgot what I was just about to say. For the Greek myth, I don't believe that there was only one Medusa, so couldn't see other people. Although technically, that was how she was defeated.
I just did a quick Google, and it seems none of the sources confirm or deny that, so that remains a mystery. In any case, we are about to go to the third floor here, and this is 16 chests that will decide whether Sylverfyre made the right gamble coming up here, or whether he's going to have to decide between, or they are going to have to decide between Sea Shrine or the other two unsavory choices for searching for items.
Very
and
true.
That could put One Fine Day back in the lead if that happens.
Taking out the rock goals again?
So here's our first check. We have Silver Helmet, no. Iron Gauntlet, no. Money, Ice Sword. Looks like we're going to warp out, and that's a quicker way to get away from that room because you come back to the stair anyway. So we're going to check the second room after possibly an encounter along the way. I think there's an encounter in there, maybe not.
It's just faster for the warp.
Opal Gauntlet, Wooden Staff, Money. There's the encounter. Chimera. Yeah, that was taken out pretty quickly. And two more items up here. We have money and money. Okay, one room left, and that's going to be what determines what happens here.
He was going 4 chests. The 4 chests of destiny, I guess, in this run.
It looks like Sylverfyre is running off an encounter on this floor because he didn't they didn't want to chance anything on the next floor. Oh, forgot a set of chests apparently.
Yep, and that was a huge chest, too!
That is a katana. So we got all the weaponry we need.
So I think we might see if or if not they are actually on Team Vorpal, on Team Master or Team Vorpal tonight. Because they can pitch to Vorpal if they really want to.
And they're in the sky. They can go to pitch that immediately. And I didn't realize they didn't check that. Sylverfyre didn't check these rooms. That's more chests that we have possibly being our rod.
One onefineday did check, so we do know that they did not have anything.
Okay, good point. Yeah.
Again, it's cool. It's cool. We all do what we can. So we have found basically all, good endgame swords except for X-Cow.
So One Fine Day will be a little bit behind checking the third floor chest, but is only going to have the third floor, whereas after this room, the second floor will be completely cleaned out for One Fine Day. So both are now done the second floor, and both are going to head back to the third floor. Sylverfyre just a few steps ahead here. So the One Fine Day is making up some good time here, actually.
And actually, what's even more interesting is if One Fine Day immediately goes and checks the 4 chests that Sylverfyre hasn't, they get to skip all those other chests.
Yeah, this is a huge swing if that happens.
But Sylverfyre making it back to the third floor first, so we will soon see what's there. I'm going to go for some vamps, or some whiz vamps.
One Fine Day taking a little time to do some healing before moving on. I don't blame him for that.
And let's see, Slime's having Quad X.
And One Fine Day is checking the chests we know are not the rod first. So going to the right side first. Sylverfyre is going to check this. We have 4 more. That's a cabin. We have an Excalibur. That's good normally. Not today.
It's not here! It's not here!
It is not here. This is still wide open, ladies and gentlemen. Sylverfyre is going to have 3 choices to make. One Fine Day is going to have 2. Neither One Fine Day's options is savory, but if Sylverfyre picks one of those options, there's still a possibility he could maintain an edge here.
Also, get your blessed RNGs out in chat because Sylverfyre has hit the actual Bridge of Destiny. So let's see if they will find a war mech today. And to answer the question in chat, X-Cow was in the floor chest before the maze in Sky. Basically what we like to call the freebie, or the greed chest.
We have a bundle of red hydras on Sylverfyre's side right now, going to fight them. So I think the reason One Fine Day is catching up a little is because he's not taken as many fights as Sylverfyre is. That could possibly be the reason for that.
Yes, most likely, and also having, more comfortable with their level, so able to avoid it. Although Sylverfyre
has slugged a statue around. Sylverfyre has slugged a statue around at this point.
Very true. Although at this point, you almost wonder whether or not they should just hurl the statue at the enemies.
It'd probably be super effective.
More than likely. I mean, it's a rock throw.
Yep, that'd be super effective. Not against a rock call, perhaps, but otherwise pretty good. It squashed the slimes in a hurry.
Also, we are at Tier 1. Let's see, starting from Power Bomb. Fade. No, wall. Let's see, starting from Power Bomb or that ninja. Fade coming out. 147 damage. Wall on that ninja. 2 hits, 4 hits, 22 damage. Let's see, some more fades, a swing, 5 hits, 485 damage. Wow.
That's pretty good damage. Not very resistant to magic today, it looks like. Or attacks, whichever that was. I missed which one it was.
Ooh, One Fine Day taking a minute and not checking the chest above.
422, that was the attack. Yep. We're up to over 1,000 damage already, so this won't take long. T-Mat, even if at 1,600, will be out quickly.
5 hits, 405 damage, and that does it. And at 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 7 seconds, Sylverfyre has lit their 3rd orb.
And has a decision to make. Let's see what Sylverfyre does. This is going to be a make or break thing right here, possibly. Heading straight down. This tells me going back to Sea Shrine.
No. Let's see. Flying away.
No, Volcano! Did they forget something in Volcano?
Maybe. I'm not positive.
Did we forget about something in Volcano?
I think they might have skipped some of the early chests here, and since they were close enough to it, it's worth the check.
Yeah, might as well. I don't think it was on this floor, because I think One Fine Day did check all of these chests. So this is time that One Fine Day is going to get back, as One Fine Day is now in the Tia fight itself, and is going to soon match on the 3rd orb. Sylverfyre has lit that 3rd orb, the air orb, which we'll get on our tracker in a moment. So we're just still looking for that rod, and that is what we have left at this point.
And that Quad X ineffective on One Fine Day side. The Warhammer coming out. Swing. See, swing, 5 hits, 700 and change damage, I believe. The Warhammer, 20 damage. 3 hits and change for the Tia. Changes on that one. 3 hits, 72 damage. None of them crit, sadly. Opting to throw out another power word kill. 4 hits, 77 damage. Quad X coming out. Erased!
Eraser is used.
And at 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 42 seconds, One Fine Day has lit their 3rd orb.
Now, One Fine Day only has 2 places to go. Sylverfyre has to choose from 3 after this. And we didn't realize that we forgot, apparently, that he checked some of the Volcano chests. But we don't think the rod is here. We think we have seen everything in here, but there might be 1 or 2 chests that we're forgetting about. And I'm wondering if this is one of them.
We have seen all the chests around there. So this will actually be the fact that they did not find it there. So
not going to Sea Shrine. Not going to Sea Shrine. Going to Earth. I just had a little bit of a lag. Was that wasn't the rod? I don't think.
No, both of them are going straight to Earth. So this is anybody's race.
Yeah, this is still anyone's ball game, and One Fine Day is slightly ahead getting into Earth Cave. Sylverfyre is just going straight down. I didn't see him pick up the rod. What is going on here?
I haven't either, and I can only assume that they're hoping that it's in the vampire chest further down and not in these first few chests. And let's see, flame armor though, that is actually pretty useful.
I can only imagine this is a gamble of some form.
I can only imagine as well, as this, as the positive thing is that flame armor is going to help One Fine Day out, because it's actually very good armor for the ninja. Let's see, money there, heal pot. Trying to say hi to the bat, move out of the way.
Excuse me, Mr. Keys, we need you out of the way, please.
I mean, if we had NPC Guillotine, they'd be doing their best Ozzy Osbourne impression.
Question: where was loot? It was a vendor item. I think it was an on-rack, you said, which is in the provoke area.
Yes, it was an on-rack, and it was 41k.
Yep,
ooh, a gold! And ooh, a gold bracelet, which is actually good because that's high.
Yeah, we have the opal cheerio, but that only works on one character. So that gold bracelet, given the markup on gold today, that's not a bad idea to pick that up.
Definitely.
I'm trying to watch both screens here. I haven't seen chat explode with the finding of a rod yet, so I'm going to assume we still have not seen it.
We have not, sadly.
What do you mean, sadly?
Oh, let me rephrase that. Sadly for the runners.
I'm going to be interested in how Sylverfyre plays this if the rod is not found on the second or third floors.
If it's not where they are, they will probably go straight to Marsh. Because of them flying to Earth.
I'm thinking the same.
Hoping they go back to sea, but that's me.
Well, One Fine Day just came upon the gold bracelet, so about a minute, 2 minutes behind Sylverfyre in terms of steps right now. Not too much time. Easy to make that up.
Yep, definitely on that one. And depending on the encounter table right now, first chest on Earth 3, money.
Now, if you do end up going to Mars, here's the question. Do you gamble top or bottom first?
You gamble top and then warp and check the bottom, I guess.
But you have to think about the big brain play. You assume everyone else is going to go up first because that's the normal thing you do. If you instead go down and it turns out to be down, you gain some time.
And second chest is more money. Now, One Fine Day could make up some time for not taking that long chest.
That bad is apparently in One Fine Day's fan club because he's slowing Sylverfyre down a little bit.
Trying for an autograph, maybe.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Yep, the bats have made their choice.
They're mesmerized by. They're mesmerized by Sylverfyre's radiant beauty.
That's fantastic. It got down the way as he tried to walk around. That's fantastic. And they're staying out of One Fine Day's way so far, except that one's in the way.
Yeah. Some cockatrices coming out. Let's see in here. Having to deal with some wolves running away. Run. We have money.
Which is not useful for us right now. We have too much of it.
And the last chest, and one bat getting in One Fine Day's way as well. Let's see, takes down that speed bump.
Yeah, what's the speed
and
bump?
we have...
Yep.
Not here! It's not here!
Oh boy. And Sylverfyre, I don't know if Sylverfyre actually checked the first floor of Earth earlier. I want to say he did.
Skipped it.
That might be why he did. Oh, just completely skipping the first floor.
Yep, and going straight to Marsh.
This is a gamble. For him anyway. For them anyway.
Yes, we know it has to be here. And I think you're right, Cyclone. It's going to get them down to what side you check.
One Fine Day, if One Fine Day makes the big brain play and Sylverfyre does not find it here, they're going to be in lockstep.
A cabin on that one. Also, One Fine Day not picking up exits. So
One Fine Day on the way out, heading over to Marsh Cave right now.
They know it has to be here.
One
They
Fine
have
Day
checked every other
100%
location.
knows. One Fine Day 100% knows.
Very true. And they will go down!
Oh,
You're right,
we're
Seth.
gonna
It's going to come
have...
down!
It's gonna come
This.
down to where is it?
Falchion on Sylverfyre's side. They're both having to deal with some gargoyles.
It's gonna come down to which chest is in today and who comes upon the right direction.
And
One Fine Day does not find it there, it's a house.
Yep, checking
If
the
Sylverfyre
actual
finds
link
it-
chest.
If Sylverfyre finds it here, it's over.
There
it is!
Found it. Wow.
The big brain play does not pay off. One Fine Day is going to check the entire third floor and not find it. Have to go back up to the second floor. Get a last location, that rod. The last place he can look.
And Sun Sword found in March. Silver. I mean, this is not putting One Fine Day out just yet, as it will come down to Temple. It will come down to Tofu. So,
And Gopher is going to make a big call here. It depends how tough the fiends are today.
I mean, is it going to be a squishy tofu, almost like tofu, or is it going to be a proper tofu?
Now, we've seen One Fine Day making up time the entire time here. So there's still a good chance, even though he's going to be about maybe 2-3 minutes behind at this point easily, there's still a good chance he can make up this time by the time we get down to Chaos. This can still be a very close race.
And as the advisory points out in chat, it would have been even funnier if the chest that had the rod was the linked chest that One Fine Day checked in the second floor of Marsh.
That would be funny. Can you imagine just both being right?
Agreed. That would have been the huge big brain play on that one.
Would have been brilliant.
Yep, it looks like the bats are not being mean to Sylverfyre on this side. This time.
Yeah, they already got their autograph. They're done. I still want to know why Sylverfyre did not check the mermaids. That is the thing that surprises me.
More than likely, they were taking a gamble on that one, and if it didn't have, and if it was there, then they would have been behind. But it's going to take time anyway to check. So it was a gamble and it paid off.
Yeah, and Sylverfyre just made the right gamble at the end, and well, not really a gamble because up is where you normally go first. One Fine Day was the one who made the gamble to pay off going down first. I call it a big brain play because in my book it is a big brain play, but it didn't work out today, unfortunately. And One Fine Day gets the bad news. It's going to warp 3 times, and it's going to head back to the first floor. Or, yeah, going to go back in after saving, head back to the first floor.
Yep. Run from those burns.
And I'm pretty sure One Fine Day feels like he is behind at this point, and the reason being he has pretty much 100% of the entire game.
Most definitely.
Sylverfyre has not 100% of the entire game, made a few gamble skips that worked out, and we're just going to roll over. We're just going to roll over this second speed bump, and we're just going to light the orb and move on.
Yep, so we will see a Topher dive real soon. Opting
1
to
hour,
stop
32
by.
minutes, and 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 20 seconds. We are on the way. Actually, he's checking the. Does he want to get some levels?
That looks like Sylverfyre wants levels, I think.
Oh, this could be what One Fine Day needs.
Definitely. I mean, it won't save as much time, but it will actually pick up an extra level or two.
27, 21, 28. One Fine Day finds the falchion. Now he's in the room with the rod. You're going to get it right here after these gargoyles get out of the way, but they are not runnable. He has to fight them. He'll be happy to know this is probably going to be his final fight here, though.
Yep, and yep. There's
that was enough for Sylverfyre. So a little bit of time lost getting the extra level there. Gonna head in at least a 27, 21, 28 configuration. Not sure about the fourth member.
1 hour, 33 minutes, and 17 seconds. Sylverfyre is our first runner in Tofu.
And in
yes,
about
I said
3 or
tofu.
4 minutes, One Fine Day will probably be right behind because Earth will not take very long.
Very true, especially since they have checked everything.
But this is a bit of a gap right now, and it's going to come down to what Sylverfyre ends up running into along the way here. If there's something really nasty, One Fine Day is instantly back in the lead if he gets to Topher before Sylverfyre wipes.
And let's see here. Using the loot to get into the last door for key. That one door is actually why we need the key.
Yeah, and if you forgot to buy that vendor item, you are not getting through there.
Nope. And now the bat's giving One Fine Day some trouble. I'm betting you they really wish they had the vendor, the actual NPC guillotine, since especially they want One Fine Day's autograph now too.
Yeah, they've decided they really want some fan autographs today. Meanwhile, turns out that Sylverfyre is now on the first floor again, going to get down to the Earth floor very, very quickly here. It only took about a minute to get down there. That's not bad.
Too true, too true. And disrespecting Lich 2, swing, 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 swing. Let's see, a swing, 2 hits, 15 damage though. Lich firing off of Lich 2. Swinging again, 5 hits, 321 damage, and Lich 2 is down. Ooh, some Agamas! We won't see a grind on them, sadly.
Yeah,
today.
we're not going to get our facts in chat today.
Well, here's the second one, and looks like they will be taking down these Agamas.
Well, that one, yeah, we're gonna. I guess 2 is okay. 4 is just not savory.
I mean,
ooh, Giant and Agama is gonna get away from that one.
Very true. So let's see, running on both sides, and we're just about to see carry 2. And Sylverfyre pulls carry 2. Swing, 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 fade. Swing, 5 hits, 57 damage. Fade coming out from the White Mage, 310 damage. Ice 2 coming out from carry. Let's see, hitting the whole party. Swing, 4 hits, 148 damage. 4 hits, 156 damage. Carry rolled some nice absorb tonight. And blink if you miss it, Lich 1 is down on One Fine Day's side, so 1 hour, 36 minutes, 11 seconds.
It was a 1 hour, 33, 17-minute entry for Sylverfyre, so going to be about 4 minutes behind. Unless he goes straight there, then it won't be quite that.
Nope. And, wow. Carry hitting hard today.
Well, that happens sometimes. And so One Fine Day does go straight there, so we're only going to be about 3.5 minutes behind, maybe a little less. Nope, 3 hour 20, 320 difference.
Also, Sylverfyre erasing carry 2 from history towards the end, so won't have to worry about seeing carry again, unless they accidentally hit exit or war, which that's why they have the ask for that one.
And this has happened before, so you don't want to do that.
I'm speaking from experience there. I have done it in a race before they added that.
Like I said, it has happened before.
And sadly, that actually did, staff battle that one. But so if I run into the seafood party platter pack, try saying that a few times fast.
Is able to run away from it. Then runs into another party pack.
And it looks like they got good turn order, and finally manages to get away. Passes the graves of the Finnish warriors.
Who?
Lore of the game.
Oh,
the Finnish.
I think you cut out. I didn't hear you. Okay.
Yeah, say walking by them. Let's see, and we've pulled Kraken 2. Let's see, already one fight. Opting for the power bomb. That second ninja. Going for a fight and going for an Invis 2.
And let's see what happens. 147. We're getting a stop from Kraken, and that is paralyzing Ali, but I think Ali might have made a move already, so that might be okay.
Ali has swung in. Ooh, One Fine Day having to take a reset. Did not see what happened.
Unfortunate. I missed it too.
Walling up, 2 hits, 300 change damage, 82 damage. Of the,
it was an exit. It was an exit. It was an exit.
Invis 2 coming out again. Said Invis 2 coming out again. Fade coming out. You get 109 damage.
Being tough. Kraken is being tough today, but terminated.
And now we're on the air floor, having to deal with some worms. I managed to get away from them.
And Crabcake's making a point that
say they're worms or more like the Starlack monster?
I don't know what you were saying, but I'm just going to point out something Crabcake was saying, and I agree with this. One Fine Day did do an exit, but it's not going to change anything because he was still behind far enough that Sylverfyre will need to wipe either on Team At 2 or Chaos in order for One Fine Day to actually pull this off. So this is still up for grabs. It depends on if Sylverfyre wins it on this run or not.
Too true.
Question chat, what is the match score? This is tournament life for One Fine Day right now. Sylverfyre is up 1-0.
Opting for a lock on Tier 2. Opting for a Viz 2 on Tier 2. Tier 2 coming out with Rub. Now being easy to dodge. Let's see, swinging with the 1 damage. 2 hits, 81 damage, and some of those were crits.
One Fine Day is down to the Lich fight, I believe.
Yep, One Fine Day is down, but Tier 2 rolling low on health.
One Fine Day was respecting Lich, by the way. He healed up completely.
Ouch. Level 28, level 21, 27, 28, and 28.
So so the match is going to come down to this. Can Sylverfyre take out Chaos on the first try? High enough level should be able to do it. So
is the operative word here.
That is the operative word. So at 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 43 seconds, we are in the Chaos fight. And we're going to start with some Saber. Saving the Saber for this fight. Defense is put to use immediately. This is what One Fine Day needs right now, actually. Of all the things, he needs this nuclear to happen again, or another nuke, perhaps.
Oh, God. Chaos rolled some evade. Swing and a miss completely. 2 hits, 155 damage. Heal 3 coming out. She swing 2 hits, 236 damage. Lock 2 coming out.
That's gonna cancel out the evade. Yeah.
Yep. Some more lock 2. Some power bonking. Swinging 2 hits, 165 damage. Lock 2 again coming out from the party to hit up Chaos. 2 hits,
we lost Dean.
Yep. Lost Emerine. Let's see. Going for some defense. Swinging again. 3 hits, 217 damage. Chaos hits for a huge swing. Defense sword on Syl.
Ali is on a knee, so he's thinking about this, or they're thinking about this round very carefully, because Chaos could pull another nuclear at any time. They know that Chaos has nuclear.
Yep. Swinging again for 4 hits, 262 damage. Opting for another fade charge and opting for another swing. Ali swings for...
One Fine Day down on the water floor.
You.
Oh.
You.
Terminated! That's enough! Sylverfyre has pulled out a victory over Chaos, and that is a 2-0 victory over One Fine Day in this series. Demarine fell in the final fight, but enough to remain to make the fight winnable, and win they did.
Get your GGs out in chat, everybody.
And let's get the official SRL time. The official SRL time is 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 26 seconds. Looks like One Fine Day, who would by now know that he has lost the race, is going to go ahead and continue here and finish up. Or attempt to, at least.
Very true, very true. While One Fine Day is finishing up, do you want to get Sylverfyre in here?
We're going to try to. I'm just reading that congratulation.
Yep. And Carry 2 is down on onefineday side.
So we'll see if sylverfyre is able to join us in a moment. I don't know if sylverfyre was still at the computer at the time that we saw the finish, but I went ahead and passed on note that they can join if they wish at this point.
And onefineday pulling Tia 2. Let's see. We know Tia 2 rolled low, so real squishy Topher today.
Yeah, that was a bit squishy, except for that nuclear on Chaos. That was a bit of a challenge.
I mean, this is why I love just calling Tophers like that tofu, because it's squishy as anything. Squishy.
You could say that. Okay, it looks like sylverfyre is in our sub channel, so once cleared, we're gonna go ahead and get him up here, and we're going to see what they thought. Meanwhile, onefineday is on the Chaos floor now, and sylverfyre has joined us. GG.
Hi, thanks.
So, what were your thoughts on that? What were your thoughts on that seat tonight?
I played well. I didn't make the same kind of mistakes I made yesterday, and yeah, felt pretty good about it.
You want to know what the big difference was between you two?
I mean, 4 minutes. I'm not sure what one thing would make a 4-minute difference.
Why you did
Marsh Cave.
Just want to point out something.
No, because okay, the only thing I skipped for Marsh Cave was Mermaids, which does not take 4 minutes.
Okay. Both you and onefineday went into Marsh Cave nearly neck and neck. You checked the top of Marsh Cave. They checked. They had to full because they had to.
Why would you go bottom first?
That's
top
what they
is
chose.
So close.
It's a big brain play. Let's finish with onefineday. He's on the Chaos fight. I want to finish the Chaos fight. You accidentally spoiled the results a little bit here because we didn't see that yet. But
okay.
We're watching the Chaos fight right now. So we're gonna see how that finishes, and we are seeing the fight happen right now. I just haven't been seeing Lock 2 come out right now. We're going to see a Heal 3 come out right now on Dan is down. Dan with a question mark is down, unfortunately. So it is a 3-man fight as well. Thunder comes out. We didn't see Thunder on your side. I didn't notice if onefineday saw nuclear, but must have seen it because we've lost Dan, and the other Dan is very low. Lock 2 coming out again, so the evade once again being cancelled. It was a bit of an evasive chaos. The Lock 2 was handy in this fight today.
Oh yeah, Lock 2 was amazing on this fight.
It was useful today in this fight. So we are getting 278. That's another batch of damage. Cure 4 to get Dan with exclamation mark back up full. Crack comes out. No, not effective.
I didn't go back to buy that Cure 4, and it almost cost me.
And by the way, the third river was on the Sea Shrine 4. If you didn't know that, because
that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I wasn't going to go looking for it.
We just saw a fade. That wasn't enough for onefineday to finish the fight. And that is an official SRL time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 56 seconds. So 4.5 minutes difference between the two runners today. And we were discussing a moment ago, it actually did come down to Marsh Cave. You said you didn't understand why someone would go down, but I actually theorized at this point in the race, it could come down to who goes in which direction. If it was in the lower section, he would have been ahead.
If it was in the lower section, he would have saved one. If it wasn't in the upper section, if it was in the lower section, he'd be about 1 minute ahead of me.
Yeah, you both got to Marsh Cave. I think you were just a little bit ahead of him. He was making the gamble that he could save a minute off of you by not buying it there because he went for the chest dense location on the third floor. That's what he was doing. And
the third floor is not chest dense. Literally, top is more dense than bottom.
I mean, to be fair, he did check the one linked chest on the way down. So if that had been there, which after the fact we almost wish that it had, because you two were checking the location, checking the chest for that at the same time. You had just picked up the rod when they had picked the.
That would have been
hilarious if that happened. Yeah. So we do see One Fine Day, I think, has joined us. GG.
Thanks.
So let's start off and get your thoughts on the seed today. You almost 100% of that seed.
Did full clear it pretty much.
Yeah, like you had 188. I think I had a few less because I reset out of some chests.
Last location floater, last location rod. But where I lost it was going to volcano early. I don't know what I was thinking. As for
I think I can't say anything as last location floater on these when I have floater before I've like full cleared all the fiend dungeon loose nonsense. Because loose floaters are just so common.
It was the last location I could have checked.
Like last incentive location?
Yeah, basically last location that was possible to have the floater.
Was it mine too? No, because I didn't go ice first.
No,
I didn't go ice before.
Yeah, you hadn't done ice. You got the adamant there last of the checks before finding the rod.
Okay.
I mean, it was a back and forth race between the two of you on that one. Do you want to know what the biggest, what cost the most time?
I heard about the marsh. I heard conversation about marsh, but marsh bottom is the odds play there because you're not betting on the time there. You're betting on whether it's there or not.
Exactly.
And if you get it early, you don't have to go through all the chests.
Yes, but like it only costs about a minute to go top. So like at that point, I feel like either there's if there's less than a minute gap between us, then like yeah, I lose the race over that. But
this race could have been a lot different. The reason I say it could have been a lot different, and we already discussed this a little bit before you came in One Fine Day, but Sylverfyre never checked the Sea Shrine Mermaid side. So
that was the real gamble. That was the real gamble I made. Is skipping
that was the real gamble. If it had been in the Mermaid side, then this would be a much different race. Would have been at 10 minutes.
I would have been. I basically was like, I deliberately skipped Mermaids then, and if it was in Mermaids all this time, then I already lost the race, so I'm just going Marsh.
Yeah, we both were wondering, which you would choose on that one. And as I said, it was very close at the very end. I mean, don't let the time fool you on that one. You both literally, within less than a minute, were both leaving Earth to go to Mars at the same time. It was that close of a race.
It came down to the location because you went different ways in Marsh, and I theorized that might happen. I suspected one of you would make the play to go down first. And I got my wish, and that's what led to the difference there. That was all it was.
I do have to ask, what did you both think about those bats at Earth Cave?
Those bats in Earth Cave were the worst.
I mean, they literally have 5 extra bats in the one room that used to be out and about that players got annoyed with to just throw them away.
Yeah,
Remove all bats.
NPC guillotine when.
Remove all bats from the game. No, even about.
I mean, that's basically what NPC guillotine is, right?
You have to talk.
Basically, NPC guillotine, from what I recall, since they finally have been able to get it to not destroy the rod block or the loot block. Next update, if I recall correctly. I think this update coming up or the one after it.
I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I honestly, yesterday I said I was like, I wasn't expecting thieves. Today, like, I was a lot less surprised by thieves, and I was just like, yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing with this.
That does beg the question, and I meant to ask you this before the race because I didn't know if we were going to have the same party again tonight. But just in case, I don't know if you talked about yesterday or not, because even though I did watch that race, I don't remember if you talked about what was your reason for choosing the thieves One Fine Day.
That's if you chose them again on that one, because I know you chose them yesterday.
Well, at first I was just doing it for the lulz in the first race, but then I saw back that race we had yesterday, and I figured, Sylverfyre would probably make some poor decisions with the party and would expend more time with it, I think. But then I wound up expending more time doing stupid stuff. I would say with as close as I was to level 28, I think I can defend that grind that I did at the end because of 4 fights.
Okay,
That was-
I
that
actually,
was-
I basically did a walking grind in the sky, and like that was like just stabbing everything that moves with katanas and Masamune.
Yeah, that's why you made up a lot of time in Sky as well one fine day, because you were a little bit behind going in, and you made up a lot of time because you didn't take as many fights in Sky.
And I
Well,
can't fault
also-
either of you with that one.
I also did one Chimera before entering Topher, and that one Chimera was because I knew that two characters were one level away, like 1,000 XP away from getting another spell charge.
And that, I can't
That's-
fault on that one. That is a smart play to do on that one. Getting that one extra charge, although it didn't really make as much difference, it could have made, a huge difference on that one.
Yeah, it definitely can. Some races do come down to seconds, so just something like that, even that is a gamble to take. So it worked out in this case. Didn't turn out to be a difference in this case. But yeah, that was a very interesting race because of some of the gambles that were taken in it.
The only gamble I did was the stupid one of going to Volcano and then noping out.
I started to move towards Volcano, and then I'm like thinking about my spells, and it's like, no, I don't want to be here.
No, spellbook's not a problem. Problem was I already found two loose. One of the odds that the third loose would be in Volcano, and that would be the floater.
By the way, Sylverfyre did revisit the volcano after finishing it because they did leave some chests behind there, and he went back to get those chests.
Yeah, I left the 3 chests in the 3 obnoxious chests in level 2.
The hairpin turns is
Why would you do that if you have 4? It's not that long to check those.
It's a lot of steps for only 3 chests.
I
This
mean,
is true.
it's a coin flip on those ones. Some runners I know will always check them. Some will just wait, put them off in a last location because of that. So I can't fault either of you for your decisions on that one. But I do have to ask one fine day, why didn't you promote before going to the Lafayne location? Considering what was there?
The Luffy location was Gaia. Why would I care? I already had all the spells I wanted. There would be nothing at 7 or 8 that I care.
In Viz 2.
I care about Invis too. I got Invis. I got Defense Sword. Or would have Defense Sword. And I have Ruse for the mages. I really wanted to go that route.
I'm sorry, but reading your responses in chat, it's amusing. But GG's against the pair of you. This was a very good set of races between the two of you. So, Sylverfyre, what are you looking forward to going on? Any phase? What's your thoughts?
If I'm matched up against I guess I am matched up against Thunderclaws. So
I was gonna come up to
this
that
is gonna be
question
this is a
next.
Swiss this is a Swiss rematch, and I've got this is a grudge match. I gotta regain my honor here.
Yeah, I was just gonna
He's-
add.
He
Oh, sorry, go
skunked
ahead.
me. He skunked me in our Swiss race back in week 2.
So in other words, you are looking forward to this matchup.
I am looking forward to it.
Excellent. This should be a good match coming up. I know that I'm looking forward to seeing that myself because I know Thunderclaw is one of those stronger up and coming runners who is definitely making a name for himself in this tournament. I think he was still. I remember calling his final race, one of his races in the Platypus Invitational back in October, and he was a new name to me back then. So he's come a long way in the short time he's been here, already in the top 8 of this tournament. So that should be a great matchup.
And I have to say, one fine day, you put on an amazing, few races on this one. How's it feel, and what are your plans for now that you are out of the tournament?
Well, I'll be doing some development work on the randomizer. I have a feature. I've got a few features in here that I think would make for some nice quality of life. Other than that, I got other projects, other speedruns. I'm getting into Dragon Warrior Randomizer. I tried to play Zelda Randomizer, but I am not good at that.
Randomizer is hard. Dragon Warrior Randomizer is one I'm definitely going to be like heavily de-rusting for this summer. I used to say Dragon Warrior Randomizer was my strongest one of like all the randomizers I play. I don't think that's true anymore.
De-rushing from randomizer is easy. Just make yourself a few Kaizo style speeds and it should help.
There's a lot of things that can go differently in Dragon Warrior Randomizer that you have to pay attention to, and I love it. But it is a very different randomizer from FFR.
I've tried watching a couple of those, and I have a hard time wrapping my head around that one myself. But then I don't know Dragon Warrior, which probably is part of the reason for that.
I mean, a lot of it is just like randomized overworld, and like you don't exactly traverse it very quickly, so
no.
It is its own thing, and
I'd probably address it like Z2R's Overworld, if I recall correctly. It's sort of like that, where it's completely randomized.
Yeah, I would say GWR is more randomly deadly.
That sounds fun.
It's great. It's something, all right.
I mean, I don't know the dungeons, but I am a fan of the series. But that's why I won't touch that's why I won't touch Dragon Warriors Randomizer.
Oh, it's a great randomizer. If you like the series, you should try it out. We're getting a little off topic here, aren't we?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and wrap up so we can give the channel back to Speed Gaming here. Any last thoughts from either of you?
GG, one fine day. That's it.
All right, and one fine day.
Peace.
All right, thanks.
And make sure you do follow both these runners as well. I have put their links in the live chat for those watching on Twitch. One and the number One Fine Day is Twitch channel for One Fine Day, and then sylverfyre as you see it on the screen. You can also make sure to follow our tracker, who was Captain Nerd 2, who did the tracking for us today. Thank you for your assistance with that, and make sure you also follow my co-commentator Magus1 as well. Any last thoughts from you, just before we start to wrap up?
Again, as I've said, it was an amazing race. Again, to the pair of you, looking forward to your future projects on that one, and I'm glad to be able to get some commentary with you again. Psycho out. It's always fun.
Good. Yep. Excellent. And I just want to touch on the schedule very quickly coming up here before we wrap, because there are still some races coming up in this first round. We do have, if I can get it loading on my screen, there it is. We did see that the Thundercloud match has finished, so I'll take that Game 3 off of my mind here. But I am taking a look at the schedule and do see a Game 2 race. Actually, let me get that off my screen. We'll try again. All right. Now I am looking at the time. It is 11:18 as we do this live. So the time right now means that Will Bloodworth and Cheesenator are currently going on Randomania 2. Make sure you pop over there and give them some support as well, just as you did over here. Tomorrow it looks like Demarine versus Spellzap game number 2 is going to happen somewhere on Randomania as well. And obviously this match will not, so I'm not going to read out this one. Sonic Wrath and Asher is a game number 2 also at 10:15 tomorrow. That is somewhere here on the Speed Gaming Family Network, so make sure you hang around for that as well. And Will Bloodworth and Cheesenator game... Wait a minute, that was a game number... I said game number 1 is going on right now on Randomania 2. Game number 2 of that is tomorrow at the same time, also somewhere on Randomania. Maybe 1, 2, 3, or 4. Follow all those channels. Also follow Speed Gaming 2 and Speed Gaming 2 through 6 to find out when all the races are on over here. Other than that, we are all set here. Chat, thank you for watching. Everyone on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, Speed Gaming Show, thank you for watching as well. Stay tuned if you're on YouTube for another race in this series. Otherwise, if you're on Twitch, go to speedgaming.org/schedule, see what else we have on over here. Have a great night, everyone. And see you for the next one. Magus, you get the final word.
I was just about to say on that one. May the crystals/orbs shine for next time. Make the joke of we'll see you 2,000 years in the future. Next time for F1 for all your FF1R needs, and don't forget to check out the Discord and FF1. Final Fantasy, randomizer. To try this game out yourself.
Good night.